fans, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Umbrella Academy. We're now on episode 9. We're almost done, y'all. And it is called 743. We ended the last episode on a cliffy. We saw that Vanya was freaking out for obvious reasons. She has been held against her will. She's being shock treated. She's been given LSD. These were all tactics that were used very heavily during the 60s and 70s. They believe that Vanya might be a spy or something. Like it. Her story does seem very suspect when you think about it. Vanya's clearly about to lose it because she's finally getting her memory back after being selectively a selective amnesiac for the whole season. But we also saw something that really was unexpected, which is Harlan seems to be connected to her, at least via her powers, right? Day-to-day stuff seems like fine, but something about her powers now seems to be connecting her and Harlan, and I'm a little scared, as I said before, of whether or not it's a full connection, as in can he channel the same abilities, or is it just a connection to Vanya's abilities. So there's a lot going on, a lot of different avenues that are colliding, but I'm ready for them to kind of move forward because we are one episode away from the finale now. So I'm anxious to get into this episode. But before we get started, if you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family. You know a girl's trying to grow her channel and every subscription counts. I love it, love you. Please join, be with me. And of course, as I said before, this is not a market substitute for the original. If you want to see the full episode of this show and all the others, please do check it out on its original source, which is Netflix, because listen, they put a lot of time and money and effort into this, so make sure you show love. All right, with all of that out of the way, guys, without further ado, let's get into the episode right about now. Now she's like, you know what, girls always have to get it done. Yes, queen. Come on, Allison, you so strong, boo. Oh. What? Antonio Those are great last words. Where's Ben? Come on, Klaus. You can do this, boo. I know you're not even sober, but try. Like, couldn't he just use the dead souls of the people she just killed? Come on, Ben. This is your moment, boo, because you're not infected. You already dead, boo. God, it hurts to say that because I love Ben so much. Me too. True.
He's gonna kill me, isn't he? What?
He knows him. He knows himself.
He just wants to kill a version of you.
But I am that version of me.
Right? He's like, I'm right here. Dude.
I know your feeble mind only responds to age and authority, so listen very closely.
Damn.
Yet again,
The shit.
you are experiencing daddy issues. I'm 14 days older than him. I have seniority here, so it is me you should be listening to, Luther. I'm the daddy here.
It's hilarious because he's so right.
How's it going? Please.
I love this version of 5. I can't help it.
Whatever I've got, he's got it too.
Exactly, Luther. They're both experiencing it. Oh, this is exactly where we started. You have no rights to talk, Luther. I haven't forgotten the elevator incident.
What are you gonna do about it? Hey.
Yeah, you did say you were gonna kill him, remember?
Or are you forgetting our little agreement? Boiling, thumb screws burning at the
7-4.
or Chinese water torture? I want to let him go.
That is one talented fish. Ben, my guy, can you just move a little faster? Just a little faster, boo, please. Can you possess Vanya? Does this possession work with everybody? You're a ghost, so technically I feel like it should. It does work with everybody. Okay, Ben got a new power.
No, I found him this way. Vanya.
My guy's talking. Oh God. Satan's possessed this kid. That's what I thought. She's gonna be like, I've always wished that you would talk, but now that you are, I think you might be the devil. I mean, I half get where his dad's coming from, because autistic kids usually don't just start talking one day. Mom, where's your shotgun? Come on now.
Get out of the car.
There we go. I was like, where's the woman who almost shot?
Take my son from me.
That's right.
Never give him back.
That's right.
You don't deserve him anymore.
Oh, no.
Baby, you should watch how you talk to me.
That's right. She may be a cheater, but she's still his mama. Excuse you.
Something I have to show you. Something big.
You trust her? Come on. Does Herb look like that kind? Come on. I mean, he might surprise you, but do you think he's the kind that would show you? Come on. Is this the truth? Oh, fish boy. If that's the case, I like your shade, boo.
Okay, so everyone, let's just take a deep breath.
The sniveling breath. Yeah, that's what it is. Keep moving, girl. Keep moving. That's right. You don't need to see this. Ben, I know this is uncharted territory, but I'm gonna need you to hurry up.
Do you remember me?
It's Ben.
I'm doing it again, aren't I? What's wrong with me?
So many things, but we don't have time.
I killed myself like I killed Pogo. I almost killed Allison. I destroyed the world.
There was that.
Dad treated you like a bomb before you ever were one.
Very true.
He was so scared of your power, he never let you use it. No wonder you couldn't control it.
You never learned.
Dad couldn't handle your anger. That doesn't mean you can't. Maybe you have a right to be pissed off, sad, and messed up.
Come through, Ben. Preach.
You aren't a monster.
Mm-mm.
You're my sister.
Oh.
Right now, our siblings are risking everything out there trying to save you.
Just pull it in, boo. Pull it in. Pull it
You
in.
aren't alone at the table anymore, Vanya.
Deep.
You can do this.
Yeah. Ben's the MVP.
What's happening to you?
Dude, I'm dead.
I can't go back with you.
What do you mean?
Why?
I died 17 years ago. All the rest of this, these years with Klaus, it's all been gravy.
I'm not okay with this.
Can you hug me as I go?
Oh, no. Y'all, I'm mad. I love Ben. He didn't deserve this. Should have known, though, with him having his moment of, like, getting to be in Klaus's body and touch things and experience it.
I was faithful.
I never Maybe.
blamed you for the boy. I stayed. You don't get to ask for more than that.
The way he said staying was like a favor.
Carl? That's not from you.
Like, maybe if you did more than the bare minimum, sir, your wife would actually be still in love with you. If ever.
Now she wants to break up the family.
This is between us.
Is Harlan about to just have a moment of clarity here? Because he looks real sensible right now.
Harlan, it's okay, baby. It's okay.
Ah. The powers have transferred, and I'm terrified. Oh. Okay, why does Harlan have her powers? I'm so confused. Can, like, Vanya just give them to anyone now?
5 killed my family. And AJ Carmichael gave the order. might be an orphan.
She thought of that? I guess that makes sense.
Sorry, buddy. Now, open the port.
Poor 5, he's so out of it, the poor baby.
Kennedy's a few minutes away. I can still save him.
Diego, wait.
He learned nothing. Nothing. Can you please rumor him to sleep, Allison?
Stop that.
Into the vortex you go, asshole!
Give me the map! Or you'll end up looking like Tiger Beat over here!
Tiger Beat. Ah,
The vortex and I'll tell you.
he looks good. I don't think half a case is enough. Are you still here, 5? No, you didn't. The case.
The briefcase, you idiot.
What?
It had to happen, Diego. It had to happen, you dummy. We're all sad about it, but it had to happen.
You had to go. One way or the other. Pissed off too many people.
You lied to me.
Ah, this is how he branches off.
When we do arrive, 5 or 6 years from now, your interests on the dark side of the moon won't be affected.
What's on the dark side of the moon?
Don't you think?
What's on the dark side of the moon?
Never contact me again.
We'll tell the world who you really are.
Which is? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Ready for a fight?
Oh God, he's wearing a skin suit. Is he an alien? That explains why he never ages. And then there were none. That would explain so much. Okay, guys, that was episode 9, which was called 743, was it? Yes, and okay, well, now we know that was the case file that it looks like the handler, pardon me, planted that file maybe as a... Sorry, I'm just jumping right in. Sorry, a lot of things are going through my mind right now. This show. So it was the case file on Lila's parents, obviously, but I'm kind of thinking she seemed like she was ready to kill Lila. So if she had already planted a fake file in there to cover her tracks, which would be smart if we're being real, because hello, if you chose to raise her as your own and lie to her about what happened, it makes the most sense that she would cover her tracks in case Lila ever came across the file, but she doesn't explain why she was ready to kill her. But I guess it makes sense. I can't think of any other reason why the fake file would be in there, because clearly she's the one who ordered the hit. Anyways, so many questions. The ending left me with a lot of questions. Like, as I said, obviously whatever's going on with Harlan is not planned. I don't think Vanya has any idea what she did. These are all ripple effects, unfortunately, of her father choosing not to let Vanya explore her abilities. The dad, that's a whole other thing. Oh my God, so much happened in this episode. Compared to the last one where it was kind of filler, they just threw so much in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to make this review super long, so I'm just going to go into, like, I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about was Ben. Oh my gosh, Ben. Oh, okay. So I have been, if you've been watching me react all season, you know that I have been ranting about Ben and his story and the fact that I feel like he has been shortchanged as a character since season 1. I get that he's dead, but as I've said before, if you're going to put him into the show at all, to me, that translates into you should be willing to tell his story. Like, that's the whole point of a show, is that it's a story. You're supposed to show me. So if they're not showing him, I'm like, what is going on? Why are we not getting enough of Ben's character? Why are we not getting any storyline or development for him in any way? Otherwise, why have him there? Especially having these long interactions with Klaus. Now, don't get me wrong, I love those interactions with Klaus, as I've said many times before, but yeah, I just felt like that is unfortunately, a shortcoming that the show has had as far as character development with that one character. So having him come and be, not destroyed, I guess letting go. Like, I have questions first and foremost. Like, I know Vanya's abilities are crazy, but he's dead. Like, how is it that he was able to, like, he shouldn't have been affected by Vanya's power, in my opinion. But maybe it's because he jumped into her body. Maybe something about him possessing her was, it didn't really possess her in the same way, but maybe something about that somehow affected his ability to stay on this plane, if that's what you want to call it. But I've been saying for a while that maybe Ben's death state is not the same as the normal death state, because maybe not, I don't know. There's so many questions still about Klaus's abilities that have not been answered yet, which again is a huge missed opportunity with this show, with how many episodes that they've had. Like, instead of having an episode like the last one where we had a lot of kind of empty space, we could have used that time to have things like more of certain abilities explored. Like, Allison's are pretty cut and dried, as are Luther's, but I feel like Klaus's is probably one of the most, other than Vanya, of course, most undefined powers. But with Klaus, like, his powers are underdeveloped and we don't really understand what they do, and that's why I'm not sure, because remember in the premiere of this season, we saw Klaus, like, sending a bunch of, like, dead military officers off to, like, kill people. Like, they were actually corporeal in some way. Like, they were actually hurting people. So, and we also saw last season that he channeled Ben somehow, and Ben was able to use his abilities. But I guess my point with that long roundabout saying is just that Ben's abilities or his death state, I don't think were the same as, like, the regular one. And I kept wondering if there was a reason why he was able to stick with Klaus the way that he was outside of Klaus's abilities, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like there was more to it, and I'm sad that we didn't explore it more. And again, that doesn't mean we won't ever. Ben could potentially come back depending on what happens with the time jump situation. I love, though, that they used him to be the one to actually help Vanya. Like I said in the episode, it would have to be Ben because he's already dead. But I love that it wasn't necessarily him doing something with his powers or anything like that. He literally just went and did what no one has really done with Vanya since she discovered her powers. And again, that wasn't their fault. Obviously, last season when she realized her powers, she was being manipulated by somebody else and she, lost it. But this time around, like, I love that Ben just kind of came to her and just, took her hand gently and was like, Vanya, you're not a monster. Dad treated you like a monster and put that into your head a long time ago. Instead of treating you like someone whose abilities were very powerful and had to be treated with more care potentially than the others, he just automatically deemed you a risk and a liability, and she never got the chance to really, so from a child's point of view, she probably looked at it as her dad classifying her as a monster and not worthy, and therefore locked, the not worthiness also came from how he treated her after that. So there was a lot of complex emotions, and I love that Ben just addressed them and said, listen, I see that you had a really, really crap start, and a lot of where you're coming from with this is because of the way you were treated, but like he said, Dad wasn't able to control you or able to figure out how to control your power and how you use it, but you are now an adult and there's no more reason for you to keep running from it. I think that beautiful moment was great. It was full circle. It gave us a little more insight into the kind of guy that Ben was in the family. And obviously seeing him, disintegrate and finally leave this weird plane that he's been in since season 1. Actually, probably longer than that, because it looks like he's been holding on to Klaus ever since. It was both sad but relieving, because on the sad, of course, I love Ben and no one wants to lose Ben. And I don't even think Klaus realizes how much he's going to miss Ben, because he's been there, it seems like, for the past, what did he say? He died 17 years prior. At the same time, living life vicariously through Klaus and only being able to see like a small fraction of what life is like. And again, the last episode with him possessing Klaus and feeling things again and seeing it and experiencing those things, like I feel like it almost would be worse for him to go back to the nothingness that I'm assuming he's feeling as a ghost. So, like I said, I'm super sad. I'm hoping it's not the end of Ben, though. I'm really hoping we're gonna get him back somehow, since all the timeline stuff is so messed up now. But I'm also very curious as to why she thought that Harlan getting Vanya's powers was a declaration of war. That is very interesting to me. But I feel like that might harken back to the other massive thing that happened right near the end of the episode, which, even though it was a short scene, was massive, which is that the father, Mr. Hargreaves, Mr. Umbrella himself, is not human. Reggie is an alien, and that explains a lot, because in season 1, I remember there was that one scene where they showed him setting up the original Umbrella place back in like 1910 or something, and I was like, there's no way dude was a grown man in 1910 and still young enough to raise 7 kids in the 80s. Like, he can't be human. There's got to be something going on there. And so I wondered maybe if he had powers, if he was like them, but he's an alien from the looks of things. So remember, there was a mention of Area 51 at the beginning of the season. That makes sense. Dark Side of the Moon. He put Luther up on the moon. Way more context as to why that was important. It wasn't just an empty mission. He put Luther up there. He's probably, the data Luther was sending was clearly actually real data, but Luther obviously had no idea what it was for. Like, what's on the dark side of the moon? I've got so many questions now. Like, is it his whole race there? Is there a secret planet? Is there a portal? And now I'm also wondering if maybe he knows why all the babies were born. Like, was that something that his planet did? Or was there another factor involved? And then is the commission aware of what Hargreaves is and what, or that there are other aliens? Like, is that declaration of war? Like, is Vanya like the purest form maybe of some type of, or some version of the type of alien he is? Like, there's just so many questions that came up with that now that we found out that not only is he like not human, but an alien is huge, right? Like, I thought maybe he was just powered, but no, like, he's an alien. So what does this mean? A lot of new questions open up with that little one. So again, this episode was really, really good. Lots in it, as I said. I feel like I didn't even cover 1/10 of it yet. I talked for a really long time, so that lets you know that it was pretty good and that they put a lot in. So we only have 1 episode left before this season finale, and I'm looking forward to it, and I still have tons of questions, but I am ready to see where we're gonna end. So I hope you enjoyed watching this along with me, guys. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. And again, if you've been here before and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and join that fam, okay? Until next time, see ya!